No clue if I'm going to be in frame because I can't see the camera. What's up, guys? Welcome to the Studio Tour 2020. Thank you all so much for hanging in there. Warning, this is a boring, nerdy video, so this is definitely not for everyone. I'm just going to be talking about a bunch of the gear. Now, I'm going to do, just like I did last year, I did a separate video dedicated to guitars and dedicated to amps. So think of this as just more of like a overall video. I'm just going to talk briefly about guitars and amps and stuff, but I'm actually going to do two separate videos where I'm going to go through all my guitars and play them and talk about them, and then go through all the amps and play them and talk about those as well. So those will be separate videos coming in the next couple weeks, but overall, I hope you enjoy this. I always feel kind of weird doing a studio tour. It's never intended to be like show-offy. It's just a lot of people ask me about the room and if I'll do one, and you know, it's been 2 years since the last one, and we've actually changed quite a bit of stuff in here. So hopefully you enjoy it. Like I said, it's not meant to be, I'm not trying to be a jerk, show off stuff. I feel really fortunate to have all this. So other than that, I'm just going to bounce it out of here and let's get going on the studio tour. Woo! The door to the studio. This is it. Oh, I can hear the dog down there with this crazy squeaky toilet. Let's see if I can get this door to shut. There we go. Now, right off the bat, one of my favorite things about this studio is the windows. There's so many windows. It's so bright. Being in a room without windows, man, does it make it... It's something about sunlight. You know, it's really inspiring. You see, we have the air conditioner in here now because it gets so hot in here with all the amps on. Anyways, so start over here. Humidifier. If you've got a bunch of guitars, you gotta have a humidifier. Moody lamp. Look at that. Boom. Instant mood increased. Solid 15%. Random pedals. Rev pedal. I think this is probably their best pedal that they make. It's my favorite anyways. And classic flashback. The couch, which no one uses. Typically there's a guitar laying on here. That's about it. Picture, soundproofing, all that kind of stuff. This, oh, you're not allowed to see this. Someday I will explain what that is. But you didn't see it. Just pretend you didn't see it. Over here we have some stuff. I did have another guitar stand rack, but I just kind of condensed everything down over there. Different pedals that were from the world record pedal board that we did with Rob Scallon. A bunch of us did videos on it. Some really cool pedals came from that I had never heard of. See, what is it? Is it Matthews Effects? I'd never heard of these guys. And really, really cool ambient reverb stuff. Some Ernie Ball strings. I switched to Ernie Ball maybe like a year ago. Something. I was having a lot of strings break, and I just tried some of these, and after I had them for a while, my buddy Fluff was just like, hey man, let me introduce you to the guys over there. And I was like, sure. What else is down here? This was another really cool pedal. This is probably my favorite pedal on the pedal board that I got. Was this one called a rumble seat? It's like it's a delay, reverb, and distortion all in one. Amazing. Rev D20 that I broke. Basically, I inadvertently dropped this thing. You know what? We're just not going to talk about it. It'll be fixed. Don't worry. This is stuff that my son actually put up for this Goku action figure, because this was actually mine when I was a little kid, and he got it from my mom's house and brought it back. And he's like, here, I brought this to you. And we put it over here, and that's where it's been ever since. So this case, and random shoes, floor's probably dirty. This case is, of course, my beloved Strat. A lot of you guys have seen the video on this guitar. This was such an experience. If you haven't seen the video, the story of this guitar, a lot of people ask me about this guitar when you see it in videos. It's a legit 63. This is, was my dream guitar for many, many, many years. For probably about 13 of the 15 years that I've been playing guitar, I've wanted, a 63 Strat. So we are gonna put that away. I keep this one in its case. Like I said, you guys will see what's in this one very, very soon. So other than that, of course, this, which is what a milestone. They don't even make them like this anymore. Not to sound like the old dude, like they don't make them like this anymore. They really don't. They make different play buttons now, but this is when we hit 100,000 subscribers. Maybe 2 years ago? I can't remember how long ago it was. But I love seeing that thing. It was, I don't know, just like a really, really proud moment for me, and I think the whole channel. We were all proud of getting that. Now, this whole area here was a closet. So this is one of the big changes that we've made. since the last studio tour. It's still kind of, with the trim, is closety, but it's kind of meant to be more of what I consider to be like a showcase kind of wall. Like I like taking pictures with the guitars on it. And this is actually all reclaimed barn wood. I'm not sure why I keep walking in and out, but you can see it shifted a little bit. We got to put more nails in it because of the good old Ohio weather. But my wife actually took all of this wood and laid it down on the floor and arranged it in the pattern that she wanted. You know, like anything that you see in the studio that you think looks nice, it's all her. You know, she has such a good eye for stuff. If it was me, everything would just be literally in a pile on the floor, and it would look like crap all the time. But she arranged it all, and then we labeled all the pieces, I took them all down, I cut them all, and then we glued them and nailed them onto the wall. And those are string swing hangers. Some people were asking about those too. They only had wood-colored ones, so we got them and we painted them black. And of course, PRS CE24. It's got to be my favorite PRS. I absolutely love it. I mean, I would love to have like a McCarty 594 or a Modern Eagle, but man, the CE24 maple neck, it's so nice. If you haven't tried one, that was the big deciding factor for me. It's got this satin finished maple neck on it. Of course, the Friedman Vintage T. Sorry, this is probably gonna be a long, boring video. Friedman Vintage T is one of my favorite guitars that I own. You guys have seen that a lot. Now, it is relic. Some people are upset that guitars get relicked. But you know what? This is the first guitar I ever had relicked. And I was just kind of like, I was like, you know what? Just do whatever to it. You know, it doesn't affect the sound of it. You know, just makes it look cool. So you can see, it just feels broken in. And it plays really, really nice. So you can see there, I wanted them, I was like, you know, give it the boots. And they did a great job. I mean, it looks real, in my opinion, of other guitars I've seen relicked. Of course, my fellow 89er, another guitar that a lot of people ask about. It's an 89, the birth year guitar for me. So I'm from 89, and it's from 89. I'm a few months older than this guy, but you know what? We're still cool. We're still, look, fist pump. Bros. The Marshall amp and the Friedman 2x12. The Marshall's not hooked up right now. It is, the cab is hooked up. The Marshall's not. This Marshall's really good. I had some issues with the effects loop on it, so I hadn't used it for a while. And all of a sudden, the effects loop started working again. And, see here, 335, and we'll venture into the amps and just kind of make our way around the room. And this is a 335. So this one is a 79 335 Pro. If you haven't, you know, researched these at all, they're really, really fascinating 335 guitars, because they were only made for 3 years. They're actually 25.5-inch scale length, so they're slightly shorter than your normal 335. It has 30-finger pickups in there. I don't know. They're like the ultimate rock 335 if you want like a little bit higher output. Over here you can see big roll of tape, which I just fixed the blind because I knew someone would be like, my OCD, the blind is killing me. Now for amps and Salt Rock, the Salt Rock actually adds a solid 10% to the tone. So I don't know if you guys knew that, but if you don't have a Salt Rock and you want a little bit more grit on your tone, yeah, I'm joking, of course. The amps, now the top one here is the Friedman BE50. I love the BE100. It has the plexi channel. So this one doesn't have a plexi channel. It has the Bucks and Betty clean, and then of course the the BE side and all that stuff, and the HBE. Below this is my Rev Generator 740. I'm trying to remember the names of everything. Really, really good high gain amp. That's what I use that for. That's my high gain monster. The orange, you know, I've always liked the Rockaver, but more recently, this thing has just been surprising me like crazy. It's way more versatile than what I gave it credit for. So you've been hearing it a lot more than what you probably even realize. Over here is probably my favorite amp that I own. I still love the Rev Dynamis. It's been my favorite. The cleans, the reverb, the distortion. I don't know. I like the whole thing. It just runs the gamut. This one's actually not mine. This is another Rev. It's a Rev Generator 100. I'm really good buddies with the guys at Rev now and all that stuff. And they were just like, this was on its way from Nashville, going to go back to them. They're like, would you just want to leave it at your house? I'm like, sure. Sure, leave me this nice amp. I don't care. So I don't use it too much because it's not mine, and I don't like to wear stuff out that's not mine. But basically, this is, I don't even know what this pedal is called. This came on the pedal board for the Sweetwater thing, and I really, really like it. It's some kind of delay. It's a JHS pedal. I don't know what it's called. And then a Hall of Fame. Now these are going into the master effects loop. If you've seen my recent video about my amp switcher that I got, of the KHE. So those effects, that delay and that reverb, are in all 4 amps. And all their effects loops are running into this. Now, a lot of you guys have asked me about this pedal board. I'm not going to talk too much about it because I'm actually sending it back to get something else done to it. But once I do, I'm going to do a big video on it because it's the first pedal board I've ever had. This is a big collaboration, and you can hear the squeaky floor. My hobo hoodie. A lot of people always say I look like a hobo when I have this on. I'm like, yeah, it's a guitar channel, dude. It's not about, I'm not trying to look pretty. Oh, the monitor, I should talk about this. You know, a lot of people ask me, what's the point of this? This is, I can either have it mirror, like it's doing right now, what's on my computer, or it can be a separate monitor, so I can literally drag stuff from the computer over to here and have a second monitor. A lot of times I use it when I'm recording, so I don't have to move. I can look back, like, to make sure that my audio is working properly without needing to, like, stop cameras, do all that kind of stuff. So I use this for a lot of different things. It really is. It's just some cheap, you know, 32-inch TV, I think is what it is. And like I said, it was just meant to be simply to make things a little bit easier for me. And kind of like a thing that, you know, like, I think we take for granted and don't think about. But all the cables are HOSA in here. Look at all those cables. I did not cable manage very well back there. But huge shout out to the guys at HOSA. Dylan, you are awesome. I needed weird cables for some of this stuff, like 1/4 inch to female, or, you know, whatever it is, or adapters and all this stuff. And they literally make everything you can think of. So huge shout out to HOSA for just being rad. Oh yeah, and actually the chair I always get asked about. I don't know. Sorry, I'll try to get off the squeaky floor part. I don't know what kind of chair this is. I got it at Staples. And funny story, the first time I bought this chair, it was on sale for $90, and I'm like, okay, cool. You know, that's a good deal for a chair that the arms fold up. That's the big thing about this, is the arms can go up and down. It's on Staples, so if you have a Staples in the U.S., look it up. But then the second time, this is the second one of these I've had, I went to buy it and it was $180. I'm like, God, that's so much for this chair. Like, I was like, I like the chair, and I finally caved in, and I was gonna get it. And I got to the register, and they rung it out. It was on sale for $90. So I'm hoping this one just never wears out, because I don't think I can get lucky 3 times in a row. Now over here, some of the studio stuff. And sorry, the floor is just gonna be squeaky. These are new monitors from the last studio tour. JBLs. I don't know the model. I'll be completely honest with you guys. I just wanted bigger speakers. The only purpose these have is they are running in the AXFX. So the AXFX goes into the JBLs. All right, my camera died, but I think I remember where I was. I was basically saying that my interface, my Focusrite, this is an 18i20, is hooked up to my HS7s, which is also basically the 2 notes, which is my speaker cabinet simulator, runs into this. That's what this cable is. And then my interface runs into these. So if I'm using a real amp, I'm hearing it through these. If I'm using my AXFX, I'm hearing it through the JBLs. And this is the Black Widow, which I haven't been using much recently. I really need to use it more. The issue is the way that I have to hook this up. It doesn't hook up like a normal amp. It's line in into the 2 notes, and I can't run both things at the same time. So I'm working on a solution for that. Then of course my ever faithful AXFX 2 XL. I don't know what one they're on now, like 3 Mach 5, you know, of course, whatever it is. That one still just sounds good to me. So if you like a lot of my AXFX tones, it's all of that. It's one patch that I made. Look, there I am. Look, hello. I used the same patch that I made the first week that I got the AXFX. I made a patch, same one that I use today. I obviously like change a lot of stuff, right? I guess it's kind of interesting stuff. A mouse. Sometimes my wrist will bother me from a lot of editing, and I'll use this mouse. That one. The computer is different. We did get a new computer finally. I did have a 21.5 Mac, and with us upgrading our cameras and just using a lot more footage, it was having a hard time handling all the video editing. So this is a 27-inch. I can show you spec. I can't remember how I spec'd it out, but those are the specs. It's really fast. You know, I'm completely happy with this thing. and it just burns through footage, which is a very, very nice thing because it would take forever to render before. But my camera's out of focus. There we go. And over here, same monitors. This is something new as well. You notice we've been doing a lot of handheld stuff. This is more for my wife. I don't actually know how this works. It's a gimbal for our cameras. So all the motion that you guys see in videos and all that kind of stuff, that's her. She knows how to operate cameras 1,000 times better than me. So this is the 90D, and we're running we got a 50mm lens, and it's all set up on this gimbal, and it makes it super smooth. You would have seen it in the beginning of this video. That's all this camera and that footage. Other stuff over here, Line 6, HX effects, which I like. Another thing a lot of people ask me about, picks. I recently switched back to the Jazz 3 picks. And I was just looking for something different. And they were it. You can see it's dusty in here. Pokemon card from my son. I don't know what, my son got this out of a gumball machine one time, and he gave this to me as this little dinosaur. Can you see it? It's all out of focus. Oh well. But it's like my favorite thing, and I just keep it right there. This amp is the Joyo Dual Clons. Really cool and interesting amp. I used it 2 different times when I was playing in Shanghai, and I loved using this amp because you can kind of get whatever amp you want out of it. So it just sounds really, really good. The guitars, like I said, I'm gonna do a separate guitar collection video, so I'm not gonna go through all of them right now. I did change the stands. These are the string swing stands, and so much nicer. The other ones, I don't have one handy right now, but basically if you didn't pay attention to how you pulled the guitar out of the rack, they had these little hard plastic ends that would get stuck on the strings, and I broke so many strings because of that. I was like, God, I'm so sick of this. So I got these string swing ones. You can see, obviously, that won't happen because there's no ends. It's just a solid tube, and they're all nitro safe. But a couple guitars to show you that you guys all like. Of course, the Crackle right here. This guy's always a favorite. And then the 12-string, which is right beside it, which I've been using a lot lately, the Dan Electro. There's the 76 Custom that I just did a video on right here. Paul, if you're watching, what's up, buddy? This is Paul's guitar. And now, if you don't know the name of it, we named that guitar Mama Whiskey. And, see, of course, my trusty, my favorite guitar that I own, my KM. I love this guitar. You can see it's pretty scratched up. If you get it in the light, yeah. A little too much rocking, but that's okay. I must have been listening to Dockin'. Oh, dad jokes. We got them. We got them all. Baritone, Jared James Jared James guitar that my buddy gave me. Super, super cool. It's a great guitar, man. Single P90s. How can you go wrong with that? Telly. There's the Vola. A lot of people ask about this one. I go through phases where there's certain guitars I play a lot, and then there'll be like a phase where I won't even touch, the Les Pauls or whatever it is. So a lot of people like this one. Hold on. Oh, there we go. Because the fretboards light up. This is a really fun guitar to play live. I had it in the last band I was in, and it was always fun. It was solo time, man. You flip the switch on and you get the lights. Yo, it's legit. An 8-string, which I have no business owning. Another one. Right here, you guys ask about. This is the Acacia Cronus. I like we have the Fishman Classics in there. This is just a mean machine of a guitar. There you go. You can kind of see it all now. A lot of you guys really like that one. As I clang it against. Luckily, it's relicked. There you go. I'm just relicking it a little bit more. Dan Electros, the Iconic, another Vola, and we did the guitars over there. So I think that's pretty much it. Like I said, probably the most boring video ever. In the closet, there's not much. It's all storage. There's lights. You can see we got this light here. Anyone who's doing videos, I recommend these LEDs or whatever these are called because they don't put off heat. If you have like the old school like giant soft boxes with the lights, oh man, they put off heat. And yeah, this room gets hot enough as it is. I guess I'll show you this. This is another question we get asked about a lot. Sorry to end on an even more boring. Just when you think the video couldn't get any more boring, I'm here to prove you wrong. So like I said, so this camera is a 90D. I used Canons when I was in school, and that's what my wife used as well. So we just kind of have stuck with Canons. We never went mirrorless or anything like that. And then my main camera when I'm talking is this. That's not it. Is this one, which is a 70D. And then this is the main close-up camera, an 80D. And then we have this T5i. It's just a backup camera, just in case something happens, like I go out of focus in one of the other ones. It's just backup, and then, you know, anyone who has cameras knows that your lenses are, you know, basically the most important thing. So we use a lot of 50 millimeters and 23s and all that jazz. So that's it. That's the studio. Oh God! If you're still watching at this point, I feel bad. You just listened to me talk for so long, and I didn't even play guitar. It's the worst. The worst. All right, guys, that is it. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like I said, super nerdy, super boring. I'll say it again. I said it a bunch in the video. I'm just like shooting the video, listening to me talk. I'm like, God, there's no way people can stand to hear my voice this long. So I can't even stand to hear it, and I got to edit it. So other than that, I'm going to bounce on out of here. Hope you have a great day. I know there were so many camera issues with this video. Oh, I can't even begin to tell you how hard this video was to make because of the cameras. But, you know, we're not going to complain. We got it done the best that we could. So, other than that, I'll see you all later. Have a great rest of your day. And, just play some guitar, unlike me, who just talked for 20 minutes. So, bye, guys. Woo!